Hello guys, in today's video we will be explaining chapter 318 of Blue Lock. It starts right after Gagamaru blocks Onazi's shot, making it 2-0 for the first half of the match. The announcement highlights Japan overwhelming Nigeria in both offense and defense, securing their lead for the first half of the game. Back in the locker room, we see Raichi, Kurona, and Nanase praising Gagamaru's save and celebrating their dominant first half against Nigeria. Gagamaru and the goalkeeper, whose name I forgot, both look satisfied, almost like they share the same brain cells. Meanwhile, Aiku advises Aryu and Niko that they've been pushing forward too much and need to focus more on careful defense in the second half. Niko agrees, but insists he'll still go all in whenever he gets the chance, while Aryu agrees to go one-on-one. Karasu comments that they should have scored another goal, pointing out that Hiori and Chigiri have been focusing too much on crosses and asks them to go for goals instead. Chigiri smiles and says he'll change in the second half, telling Karasu to shut up, and Hiori agrees with Chigiri. In the back, Anri watches, thinking it's good they're exchanging thoughts and aligning intentions for what lies ahead. She reflects that they can't afford to lose this opening match, especially since they've grown at an incredible rate under the pressure of the Neo-Egoist League. Suddenly, Isagi speaks up, saying winning like this means nothing because it won't help them grow to the next level. He suggests they try something new in the second half, asking Bachira and Karasu for input. They're unsure, but Isagi explains they had practiced a strategy before. Set up a top player, then have the second and third lines go for the goal. If it works, they'll have more attacking and scoring variations. Aiku interrupts, saying securing a win also provides experience in closing out a match. He warns Isagi's idea carries risks, but admits it's interesting. Isagi replies that they can try both, secure the win, and test something new. Aiku calls Isagi an egoist, while Karasu says it's easier said than done. If they focus on attacking, they'll need to adjust their defense accordingly. Isagi agrees, thinking about proposing it to Ego, but Karasu says he can't just do that. Then, Rin finally speaks after being silent for so long. He agrees with Isagi, saying winning like this doesn't feel good to him either, especially since he hasn't scored yet. He declares he wants to break the game apart in a whole new way. Isagi and Aiku mock him, while Aiku calls him selfish as always. Suddenly, Ego appears and reminds them that maintaining balance doesn't just mean defense. That's Blue Lock's philosophy. Everyone must aim to score and use every second for their own evolution. That's why Blue Lock exists, as he announces the second half strategy. Meanwhile, Nigeria is in disbelief. Everyone has lost hope, and Bello asks what they can do in the second half. Obo admits they'll lose if things continue like this. The Nigerian coach is also shocked, realizing how strong Blue Lock is. They can create their starting point for both attack and defense, and everyone can score, making them difficult to stop. Onazi, sitting silently with a pillow covering his head, says it's the first time he's faced something like this and calls it insane. But suddenly, he changes, smiling, saying, Blue Lock is so cool. His teammates are shocked as he explains how excited he feels to face such a strong team. He asks them for theories on why Blue Lock is so strong. Bello says it's because they have many attacking patterns, and Obo says it's because each player is aiming for their own goal. Onazi agrees, confirming that every one of them is focused on scoring. Back with Blue Lock, Ego asks if they've ever thought about why people want to win. Isagi stays silent, and Bachira says it's because it feels good. Ego presses further, and Isagi answers, because it proves you're superior to others. Ego then explains it's because the instinct to win is engraved in their genes. Every individual must be superior to survive, and when hungry, the desire grows stronger to increase the chance of leaving offspring. That is raw survival instinct. He claims Blue Lock exists to create the strongest individual in the world. Onazi declares he wants to beat Blue Lock and tells his team to fight like them, with everyone aiming for their own goals. Bello and Obo protest that they're weaker, but Onazi shouts it doesn't matter. They should just try, because if they keep gathering the ball to him, they'll lose anyway. He begs the coach for permission, and the coach agrees to take the risk. Back to Ego, he says if everyone lived solely by their instinct to win and prove superiority, conflict, discrimination, and war would never end. That's why humans developed social systems like norms and laws to allow survival without always competing. People call that peace. But Ego insists Blue Lock exists to awaken that primal instinct, the true desire to win. As the second half is about to begin, Nigeria walks out ready to test their new approach. We see Isagi leading Blue Lock as Ego's speech continues. Blue Lock drags everyone out of peace, exposes their instincts and desires, and treats the game as an experiment. For those who wish to win, Ego grants them a new equation. He asks, can soccer really captivate people this much? Have they ever realized it before? The match kicks off with Isagi passing the ball, while Ego watches silently, focused. This chapter wasn't as action-packed as the last one, but it will have a huge impact on the second half of the match. So don't be sad. Be patient for the next chapter, which I'll explain as soon as it drops.